All right. Well, Zoom meetings by yourself tend to be a little sad and depressing, or you can just, VJ them. Or, there's always drugs as an alternative.
Okay, cool. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I can VJ in a Zoom call. So first I'm going to open up VDMX. I'll wait till it opens. All right, this is the basic layout. I'm just going to go to templates, and to get started quickly, I'm going to go to simple video mixer. Very simple. Left, right, selecting between two different sources. Let's just look at this media bin on the left. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose a built-in input, live input, and my camera. So now that's me. And I do have a mic this time, so hopefully the audio is better than before. Anyways, now that we have this video coming in, we need to get it to go out. And VDMX can use something called siphon. So we're going to go to siphon output. I'm just going to make it do the main output, and we can close that for now because we don't need it. And then this handy little tool, siphon virtual camera, will take that main output from VDMX, and it's going to help us get it into Zoom. All right, I'll create a new meeting, and here I am. Sure, I'll join with audio. The one thing to make sure you do is on your camera, you select the OBS virtual camera, which it's going to ask you to install whenever you download and install this siphon virtual webcam. From what I've read, if you have a newer version of OBS on your computer, it has a newer driver that doesn't necessarily work with this. But instead of using that siphon virtual web camera, you can just use OBS Studio to do the same thing. Okay, let me get out of Zoom real quick. Minimize that. Go over here, and man, my face is everywhere. What's that? Oh, that's the Zoom. Okay, so now I'm going to take a folder that I just have on my desktop that has some clips. You can actually find these for free in the sample media from VDMX. If you remember the video I just showed you, I think I might have clicked on this clip, and I'll just fade it in. But what about the drug scene? That's what some people might ask if anyone really wants to know. So I'm going to hit Command, what is it, Command 1? Yeah, to bring up my workspace manager, which is right here. I'm going to click on Assets, and then I want to displace, I believe it's that one. Let's drag it in. Yeah. I'm actually going to bring up my UI inspector so that I can control this slider in particular. And I believe the value that I'm looking for is somewhere between -0.01 and 0.01. I will right click on this slider, even though it's tiny and you kind of can't see it. I'm going to go to use data source, LFO, and we'll go with cosine. So now it's just sort of shifting everything back and forth. I'm going to drag this effects window down just a little bit. I'll turn that off for now. I'm going to do RGB trails. And why not go with 3.0? Bring that in here. I'll spike this up a little bit so that my face moves a little bit different. Do that. And then I used a bulge. Oh, I spelled it wrong too. There it is. Let's run that one in. All right, and this one simply makes my face unsettling. I'm going to right click and pair this one to a MIDI controller. And I'm going to right click on this crossfader and pair that to a MIDI controller. And then this time around, instead of making these effects individual, I'm going to add them to a preset. So we go from none to drugs, which I can then zoom in on. So none and drugs. We'll just call this right here in the UI inspector drugs. Seriously, don't do drugs. With peer pressure. Just don't use peer, don't listen to me. Anyways, now we're on none, and now we're on drugs with our manual bulge. All right, I'm gonna click on none. I will go back to the UI inspector. I'll click on this. Let's bring that back. And I'm gonna set some MIDI controls so that we go between drugs, dots, and none. There's none, there's dots, there's drugs. Cool. The dots is actually built into the template itself, and so is the none feature. If you're curious about this, you can check out some more of the VDMX tutorials to dive a little bit further. But now that we've got this set up, let's go back to my Zoom. Oh, is this it? Back to meeting. And if you're in a meeting and it gets really boring and you just start wanting to messing with people and, you know, make them think that they're on drugs, well, yeah, you can just go ahead and do that. Or you can have a boring meeting. Where's Bernie? Anyways, I hope this tutorial helps. If it was confusing anyway, just blame drugs. All right, thanks. Oh, weird. Oh.